Cool, man. What's up? Episode 3. We made it.
Back again.
The podcast is alive. Already on episode 2. Episode 3. Already on episode 3.
Yeah, but we're back again.
The episode is alive, guys. Striving for consistency. I love it. Today, I am not alone. Zero is not alone. With Timba, man. How you doing, Timba?
What's up, guys? Good to be here. How's it going?
Great to have you. Great to have you, bro. So just for interest's sake, guys, Timba, I spoke about Timba on episode 1. I spoke about him and I having a chat. And we spoke about that displacement thing that, remember you spoke to me about the displacement thing.
Oh, yeah. I need to bill you for that. That made it.
Made it on the pod. So, yeah, man, I've known Timba for a very long time. I think I grew around seeing Timba. As a senior of mine, from back in Zanin. We're all from Zanin, by the way.
This guy.
Crazy enough.
So
As
Timba
a
is
senior.
You're a senior
But
citizen.
when you're growing up, like 1 year older is a senior. Right?
Yes, bro. Like if someone is a year older, 2 years older than you, like when you're growing up, they're much older than you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
It was
sir.
different for me. We need to have like a 4-year, 5-year gap
To be a senior.
to be a senior to me.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Look, with the way age works is that the older you grow, the more like the age difference shrinks. But definitely in primary school, high school, 1 year older is definitely older. Bro.
No. I had friends that were 2 years older.
But
That's
how did
why-
your friends carry themselves?
The same, like normal people.
At what age? Wait, at what age are we talking? In primary school?
From every school. Like primary, high school. Like you see if you're in grade 11 or 12 and I'm in grade 8, you're my senior. Like there's a difference. Like I'll speak to you like, okay, OG, word. But if you're in grade 10 and I'm in grade 8, oh, you're my bra.
But Zero,
No
I
ways,
think
bruh.
sometimes there's just those people that if he's a year older or 2 years older, they just carry themselves differently around you, which always puts them in a senior position, don't you think?
Sure, I totally disagree, man. Maybe I have different outlooks and
The
beliefs.
podcast just started, we can't be fighting.
Oh, we're not fighting. It's just different beliefs and
Let go of the
outlooks.
mic, bro.
Yeah,
I could hear it in the first episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
so-
it? Okay. Maybe I just love like twisting it around. Yeah, so I
So I'm a fan. You see, guys, I'm a fan. I
happy.
watch. I really like the first episode, though.
Nah, shout out. Thanks for watching.
I like
man.
the conversations you guys had.
Yeah.
It's
but
quite
Rich-
engaging.
Rich has been waiting for a Timba interview. Like, oh, Timba, man, you're finally here. I want to see how this goes, actually.
Bro, I just thought like
pressure.
I didn't really want to hit him up immediately because like guys, sometimes I just feel like people don't have time all the time, right?
Yeah.
True.
So I'm like, bro, would I be wasting Timba's time if I hit him up on a podcast that I don't know is gonna be consistent, that I don't know is gonna do the numbers that I wanted to do, you know? But I'm really happy with the production that we've got set up. It's not
Yeah.
really like a numbers game. It's more of a quality thing. And I think we've got the quality to bring on whoever we want to bring on.
Yeah, no, 100%. When I used to podcast, my biggest fear about asking guests on was it felt like you use the guest and it's over. Because, you know, the way things work is that people do one thing, then it's difficult to evolve, right? Especially if you got like one big thing or, yeah. So that used to be like my fear. But with other people, they just evolve and do new things every day. So you can have like a really ongoing conversation. So I'm happy to be on the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be on the 30th, on the 300d.
Hopefully like a
And the
recurring
people-
guest.
Yeah, I'm watching Dragon Ball Z again, so I'll
Yeah.
just keep transforming and you'll be watching Super Saiyan 3, 4, 5, you know. Yeah, then we'll just keep having the conversations. But yeah, like I said, happy to be here, man.
Yeah, and guys, for greater context, right? Like I said also like earlier, bro, I really enjoy like just being around you, spending time with you, and you being in my presence. Like the other day, I just hit you up. There wasn't any particular reason, you know. I just wanted to.
Flex on me. Just came back from Dubai. Let's meet.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I feel like you know, sometimes you don't know the gems you'll get from someone just from having a conversation that's like not even intentional about where it needs to go. Because whenever I have a conversation with you, I always leave with something, bro. And yeah, I think I've told you this before. Like, bro, I appreciate the time that you give to me. And yeah, bro, I really just want to like hang around more and still have better conversations.
It's mutual, bro. It's mutual.
Shout out. And by the way, yeah, like you own a business now.
Yeah.
You want to expand on that a little bit?
Okay, yeah, let's jump into the marketing. So we founded a company called Car Share Nova. So that's Car Share Nova, which is a blend of the word car share, which is our industry, and Casanova, the famous adventurer. But the mission is to bring a culture of non-commitment to cars. So it's a car sharing platform similar to Airbnb, but for cars. People list their cars and other people rent their cars. So basically trying to disrupt the car rental market, displace the Avises of this world, the Europe cars of this world, and have an alternative where people are renting, but other people are making money instead of just big businesses making money. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's what the business is.
And well, I've known you from an academic point of view, and then you jumped on into engineering. So how difficult was it to decide, okay, let me move away from this and jump into the business side?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I was over engineering. So actually, when did we speak about doing this? Yesterday. We confirmed yesterday, no?
When did I hit him up?
I think, wasn't it Tuesday?
Well, yeah, you hit me up Tuesday, then we confirmed times and everything yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking about it. I was like, okay, cool. Because we both have a construction background, and every time we talk, I ask you how's it going with construction and all of that, how your passion is. For me, I just really wasn't into solving problems that I feel like anyone can solve. Not that it's easy, it actually is difficult, but I feel like whether I solve it or someone else solves it, there's no difference. But if I do Cashanova, there's no one that's going to do it the same way, right? There's clearly like a way where the way I think is in the business is input into how we do the solutions. So it just wasn't really interesting. Actually, at a high level, there's three things that I believe like get people to do things. It's like motivation, discipline, and obsession. You Jim, so you probably heard those quotes like motivation doesn't last. Motivation's like a shower. That's why you need it like every day. It doesn't last, that type of stuff, right? So for me, engineering required a lot of discipline, and I don't have discipline. Discipline's my worst trait. So I cycle between motivation and obsession. So when I was gymming like very hard, I was like obsessed. Then when I fell off, I have to like keep motivating myself, right? But I wanted a career where I was like more obsessed, which was a transition from engineering into tech. Really liked tech, enjoyed working in tech, decided to start my own tech company. So yeah, that was a transition in a nutshell.
What about you, Zero? Like, if you were to start a business, bro, what would make you lean into starting a business?
I'd go for passion, bro. So you see how I like cars? I'd like open a performance enhancing company. So I know a lot of things about cars. So I'd like to tune cars and stuff like that. I think you have to, as you said, obsession. Like what you're obsessed with. I don't think now I'm trying to do something I don't even know anything about. I think for me it's obsession as well. Yourself?
Bro, I think I'll always lean into what I'm good at, bro.
I like that.
Yeah. So I think firstly, if I stumble, if let's say I'm walking and I kick a rock and I stumble upon something, you know, and I happen to be really good at it, then I'll probably lean into creating it as a business.
There's actually a study on that. Sound like a nerd, but there's actually a study or a book where they say, contrary to popular belief, people say, do what you're passionate about. And this guy is like, that's very bad advice, because if you look at it, passions are quite... When you get like passion funnels, so let's say you want to be a soccer player, right? We all play soccer in primary school, maybe like 5 million kids. Then how many like people can actually go pro? So like the funnel is quite like intense, especially in passion careers. Look at singing, acting, whatever it is. So this guy's like, it's actually not like that. It's actually not like you're born and you have a passion and you do what you're passionate about. It actually is more that you try different things and people get more satisfaction from the stuff they're good at. So even if you find like in the workplace, you find a really random job, and the guy that's got the highest satisfaction is the guy that's been promoted 3 times and is doing really well. So that's like the two schools of thought, whether it's like do what you're good at or do what you're passionate at. But you kind of have to have some interest to be good at something.
Fact.
Right? It's very difficult to be good at something that you really hate.
Yeah.
So there's like some middle ground there. And yeah, so my thing is really don't make decisions until you have to make them. So like I didn't have to decide if I'm going to be a business person before I studied engineering, right? And in front of the careers that I had in front of me when I was in high school, it's like engineering seems like a good one. Then you do engineering, then you're like, okay, what's open to me now? Then what's open to me now? You come to Joburg, or is the acting open? Is the TV open? Is this? Then you just keep making decisions. Then one thing that you land on that you like really, really are good at or really enjoy, yeah, will take you forward. So yeah, it's a school of thought of something in between those two things.
Interesting. But don't you feel like, I feel like Rich said, what you're good at. I think you become obsessed with what you're good at. For you to reach a certain level, you have to be, I was speaking to Mboma about nerds actually.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, the people that are really good at creating new things are the guys that are always indoors. Their story is, I was always at home while the kids were playing outside. And I'm like, it's because he's obsessed. He's always on the laptop trying to figure things out. So I think it goes hand in hand. Like for you to become really good at football, right? You were obsessed about it.
I wasn't born with it.
Really?
There's also that.
There's also that. And I also told Mboma that some guys are really just born with it and some guys are obsessed.
Bomber was trash yesterday, bro.
You played with him yesterday.
I played with this guy yesterday indoor.
Do you know this guy played for? Did I put you in the first team, bro? Ben Foster. I put it okay, but we played first team in grade 8.
Yeah.
He played with us first team in grade 8.
By the way,
You were in grade 8,
there's a guy behind the scenes, guys. Karabo Mboma. Yeah.
So yeah, he played first team, and I knew this guy was a really good player when we were in practice, right? And someone paused. He had the ball. And then I was going to mark him, and then he turned around with the ball. Not like anything fancy, but just like I'm behind him, he takes the ball, and then he turns around, and then suddenly he's on the other side. I was like, shit, that's some technical stuff right there. But he's actually a good example. He was very talented, but he also played for like a good academy in Konko, right? If I'm not mistaken. So there was like some technical knowledge which like speaks to like better training, you know? So yeah, talent is important. What you call this environment is important. It takes so many things, bro. That's why there's also like an element of luck, because there's so many things that have to work together for people to really succeed at anything.
Trash.
But you know, Temba, but listen, right? He was trash, but he scored 4 goals out of
Yesterday.
6. Yeah, but he was trash.
How many did Richard score?
2. But he was trash.
Look, okay, let me tell you what happened. Hold on.
Obama's trash might be Richard's best.
What? Guys, hey, hold on.
Okay.
What was the score?
6-2, 6-5. He scored 4, he scored 2. But listen,
Okay.
I believe Rich, he
Hey,
was trash.
I had to carry the team. I carried that team
Rich carried the team.
because I said, guys, let me play defense. I had to play defense, block every goals, and still help him score goals.
Yeah, he couldn't defend yesterday.
Oh my God.
You know, he was trash, but he scored.
Maybe I just expect too much from you, bro. I'm too good.
Nah, but I also expect a lot from Mboma.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Trash.
Nah, he's very good, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna put this. We've got a question online. I'm gonna put it to both of you guys. So, what is the biggest regret that you have in your 20s? I'm gonna start with you, Zero.
Now, I start with Timber. I gotta hear
No,
this
he's
one.
been answering all the questions. I
This
need
one
to hear you.
specifically, I want to hear from Timber. This one specifically, just this one.
I don't have regrets, bro. Yeah, I don't believe in regrets, but it's just like I move on. I have probably one big regret is not going to a graduation party for my granddad, which like our entire family attended because I had something to do at school. So when I saw those photos, I always feel bad. But that's probably like the only regret, and the only reason is because there's a memory that I'm like, it would have been nice to be in this photo, you know. But other than that, there's like a lot of stuff that go wrong, but I can't even remember it, so like I can't regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also if it didn't, we're not here today, right? Yeah. And I've had a lot of fuck ups in my 20s. Failed varsity, like dumb shit, like a lot of it.
But you don't count those as something that you regret.
It's definitely not
part
regrets.
of your life story.
Yeah. It's definitely not regrets.
You know, I hear a lot about that where people say they don't have regrets about anything at all because all things worked out. What if things did not work out? Would then make that you regret certain things in your life?
But things haven't worked out. So I think like there's an alternative reality where I'm like a millionaire or like already, right? I don't think it's beyond comprehension. So I think there's definitely things could have been better. Yeah, so it's like I said, so I have like no discipline, like zero. And I say no discipline, I don't think people understand. Like I have no discipline, like sleep in class, I've slept at work, so it's bad. So there's probably like an alternative reality where you are like super dedicated, finish school, like record time, go to work, and like a lot of my classmates in varsity, they work in Dubai, in Ireland, and this and that. They're doing like quite well, but I don't want any of it, right? So it's not my goals. In fact, I'm still trying to figure out some of my goals, so I can't regret it. And what you realize is like a lot of things where people think you did like wrong, say like fail varsity, it only costs you a year. It's big in varsity, right? But in real life, a year is nothing. It's like, what's a year in like figuring out what you want to do? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so you actually don't know whether things worked out or things didn't, whether things could be better. No, you can only like change it now.
What about you, Zee?
Oh, in all honesty, right, and like in my real reality, I wish I had a kid earlier, bro.
Oh,
Sure.
That's interesting.
No, I swear, bro.
Yeah,
I
like
wish
that.
I had a kid earlier, bro.
yeah.
Like, cause like, and it's tricky cause you're caught in the middle of I want to make it so I can have a good life
Yeah,
for
yeah.
my kids, and like you need a kid now. What
It's a
if
good
like,
life cycle.
Yeah,
Life cycle.
yeah. So I wish, bro. The other day you posted your bottle, like beat everybody in the race.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
your daughter was
Sports
running.
day at my
Yeah,
daughter's
sports-
school.
Man, I wanted to watch niggas. I wanted to watch everybody. But I don't have a kid, so that's my biggest in my 20s. I wish I had one.
That's very interesting, right?
Right?
Yeah. I think that's a good thought, school of thought. I think like having a kid young, it's quite good. It's quite good.
I think it's amazing, bro, because I also think like it pushes you to a different level that you didn't think you could get to. Because like it's a motivation for you.
But you can still just go buy bread and come back 10 years later. I want to hear Richard's thoughts on that.
Yeah.
What? My biggest regret? No.
Nah, first about having a kid early, and
Bro.
then about the regrets.
I was 26 when I had my child, so I was very scared, and I don't think, right now in hindsight, I don't think I had a child at the right time. I feel like I could have waited 2 or 3 years later because it gave me a lot of stress and anxiety having a child that early. I'm just glad that it worked out, right? Like it pushed me to get to a certain level that I got to. But the amount of financial stress that I had, the amount of time that I had to dedicate towards being present as a parent vis-a-vis achieving some of the goals that I had, I think it was just too much stress and too much strain for me at the time. Although it did get me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think a right age is? Because in the olden days, 26 was already old. Very old. But in today's age, niggas 36 and still planning.
I think the right age is when you're financially ready. And I know people are gonna be out there and say there's no such a thing as being financially ready because you can make means with whatever you have, right? But if you're struggling to save without a child,
Yeah.
don't have a child.
Yeah.
Like if you are already at a point where you can't put money away, and now you wanna bring another individual that's gonna cost you an arm and a leg just to live, like I don't think you should be doing it. So that's for me. Being financially in a good place to have a child is when you're at the right age.
But like what? Like it's so vague. Cause what's like financially at a right place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like if you're struggling to save right now, you're probably not a.
There are guys that make hundreds of thousands that struggle to save.
Gosh.
So you see, it becomes very
I think
vague.
okay, like let's say having disposable income. If you don't have disposable income to put away, because that's a choice, right? It's not like a person doesn't have a choice to save.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I kind of hear what you're saying. The person Temba's talking about, they can save. They have the choice to. The other person you're referring to, they don't have the option to save.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I wish I had a kid, brothers. Yeah, early.
Yeah, so yeah, I think the thing about having a kid, bro, the thing about having a kid is like who you have the kid with.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The money and everything else, yes, there is. It's a big factor, but yeah, who you have a kid with is the biggest thing.
Nah, facts. Nah, I respect that.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. For
What's
me,
your regret? Yeah.
for me, I don't really think I've got regrets in my 20s. I think I've dealt the hand that I've been given with very well in my 20s. I, however, do have a regret in my late teens.
Okay.
I think when I was in grade 12, I signed a PSL contract. So I feel like I didn't actually see that career through,
Yeah.
because I decided to kind of take a safe bet of both worlds. I was at Supersport United with the PSL contract, and then I decided, let me kind of balance two of my worlds, go to Tux where I can be at a sports institution while still pursuing my academics. I still feel sometimes I'll be sleeping and I'll be hearing Bomba talk about some player, and I'm like, I was really nice, bro. Like I could have done something. I could have taken it to the top, but you know, I feel like I dealt the hand that I was given within my 20s really well.
Yeah. You know, like, so one way where, or how people make decisions is they imagine what's like the best outcome and what's the worst outcome. And if you're willing to deal with the worst outcome, then you can take the risk. So with becoming like a pro soccer player, what would be the best outcome? Like you're older now, 32,
31.
31. So you'd be retiring in like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what would be the best outcome? Like you at Sundowns or you are overseas, what would be the best outcome? Realistically speaking,
Yeah.
looking at like the guys you were at the academy with, where is the guy who was top of your class, so to say now?
I was in the same team with Aubrey Mudiba. I feel like right now when I look at our class, Postman is the most successful class, right? Successful guy in the class, and he's at Sundowns. So I'll probably base best possible scenario there. And Bafana, and he's doing really well. But I also feel like I had the X factor when it came to football. I think I would have been in football and still been a personality in football.
Like who?
Endorsements, like a Teko Modise, like outside of football.
Yeah.
Being involved with TV, presenting, all of those stuff, which I feel like is the space that I'm trying to get into now.
Yeah.
I think I would have done really well with the brand that I could have built. Or Keegan Dolly also
Okay,
You
so
know?
take Richard Muremi now, take Teko Mudiza, take Keegan Dolly. Who do you choose to be?
I choose to be myself at all times.
And not from like an arrogant perspective, but like career wise, would you actually consider like yourself a success if you were in their shoes?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I just feel like I'm in love with the lane that I'm in as well. So I
Yeah.
could never substitute it for anything else. Also.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, I feel you. I feel like growing up as a person who also like played soccer, the first person I wanted to be was Jabu Pule. No, Msawawa, Kusungula,
So,
then Jabu Pule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can
Bro,
definitely
you were-
like relate.
sorry to cut you off. Bro, you were heavy like into the entertainment space, like in your varsity days.
Yeah. But it's one of those obsessions. Or when a door opens and you realize it's within reach. When you're in Tanin, you watch these things. I also like DJ's Boo a lot when I was young. I thought he was one of like the biggest pioneers in terms of presenting and that space. But when you're in Tanin, it's like you can't reach
Yeah.
for those things, right? So when you're in varsity, you start like leaning into them a little bit. So yeah, I got obsessed with that stuff for a while. One of the years in varsity, I think it was like my second year. My second year. I spent most of my time at auditions. That's when I met guys like Sandile, Tabang, a lot of the guys that actually are my friends in the industry right now. I met them in that second year. I was doing promos. I just wanted everything but school. My classmates would find me at the library lawns doing promos while they're in class. But yeah, like I said, like I got obsessed, then I drift away. I'm that person. No discipline, just like obsessed, go 100% in, and then yeah.
Do you feel like that's a bad thing though? Like hopping from one thing to another? Or do you feel like you gain a skill from this, then you gain another, then you merge it, then you gain another skill?
100%, bro. It's all a progression, bro. It's all in the world. Sometimes progresses in your favor. So if you look at like business people now, people are asked to like you have to do interviews, you have to do the way like reels work. Everybody's just saying what they think on reels and they hope it will land. So it helps to be comfortable in front of the camera. I wouldn't be comfortable in front of the camera if it wasn't for that time when I was obsessed with TV.
Yeah.
Now we're promoting a business. The early reels and the early like promo we had were from these friends that I made during that time where it was doing was obsessed with TV. Some of the connections that I have now that we use was like when I was obsessed with partying during varsity. Like that's where like my network really grew and you kind of know everyone. So nothing is wasted. In fact, like the only thing you actually need to do is like just go all in on something at any given time. Even when you get over it, there's still some stuff you'll take from that time. So just like you have to just go all in. Yeah.
Because some things coincide actually.
Bruh,
They
crazy.
go together so much.
Crazy, bro. Like the things that you think won't ever match, like come together. I'll tell you an example. So when I used to do the podcast, called the Not So Daily Show, right?
Yeah.
There was a girl who was a junior producer, I think an intern at the SABC. And we were doing a political podcast. And she reached out, said she likes the podcast, so we invited her on. Then we did like one episode of political podcast. 5 years later, we're now with Kashanova, when we wanted to do PR, this girl is now at CNBC Africa. And we reach out to her, hey, this is what we're doing. And she's like, oh, this is the show I'm doing, come through. Those are two things that you never think will ever like merge, but they come back and they merge again. Yeah. So
I wanted to read a question from the internet, but I think I'll skip it and start with something that that you and I have spoken about before. So I've also seen this trait in Zero, right? So you and I had a conversation the other day. We're talking about like being an extremely competitive person or extremely competitive human being. And this is like a trait that I've seen in Zero, which has like kind of manifested itself in a not so nice way
He's lying.
during the people. Where like how do you feel like being competitive as a human being helps you in your life, and is it a trait that you feel your children should have?
Yeah, shucks. Let's see. Yeah, I love competition. As long as you're not jealous, let's go. Let's compete. So for me, you have to wanna. Yeah, you have to like look at what's possible and like let it motivate you, right? So for me, I find like my lane. So I never, like I mentioned, I have like a lot of friends that act and stuff, right? And I was always clear, like my lane was not acting. You know, my lane was like really, I was like, I wanted to be a personality, present and this, but it was not acting. So I was like, every time they'd accomplish something, I'd be like, oh shit, that's possible, but not like through acting. It's like just the levels keep
Yeah.
unlocking, right? So like that's how I sort of compete, and I like just want people to keep setting the bar high. I get upset when people fall off because now you have to like look for new people to like you know be like, oh, okay, you set the standard. So I think it's like really good because otherwise we don't know what's possible. If you look at like 10 years ago, bro, as a South African artist, we thought playing in Cape Town was a big deal. Now South African artists are playing in Europe every weekend. You get. So if you're a South African artist, what do? You're like, okay, cool. How is this done? Who are the international promoters? Maybe I'm a piano, you're doing hip hop, but I can ask, dog, do you know like a promoter that does what I do internationally so I can go international? So that's my sort of like competition where I want to be like always within like the best guys doing it, right? But it's never like I'm competing with zero. Like I want to be zero or like, so there's like a healthy way of competing, and that's what I'm going to instill in my kids, where without rushing it, you get to a point where they can see it like that, and like I don't have to like point and be like, look at your classmate, they're doing this and you're not. Like I don't want to. That's like toxic competition, right? So you want to like more be the best you can be type of competition. That's like what I subscribe to. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a similar question, but with a different secondary question, because I asked him about kids, which you don't have.
you don't know. Never say a man
That you
doesn't
know,
have kids.
that you know, that he knows.
Yeah, never say a man doesn't have kids.
I know kids. I know.
So, yeah. So for you, like, what's your take on like being a competitive person, and who are the people that you hang around with that sort of make that spirit like manifest well, like within your life, or like what's your circle? What does your circle look like?
My circle looks like, okay, I'm gonna start with the competition thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything that I've ever done, right? The people I competed with was so high that I had to progress way quicker than I needed to.
Yeah.
When I started making beats, it was Finesse, Lay, Mac 11. They were producing for Casper.
Yeah.
Imagine those are the people I started with. This is my second year, and I need to catch up, and I caught up. When I started shooting, who was my competition? I'm like, oh, there's a person I want to be, and it was you.
You're not competition, bro.
No, I found you. Yeah, it's more intimate things, but I found you now. I'm like, okay, I know what the source is. You feel me? I can shoot you while you're
I
not
want
shooting.
to say you competition for the sake of the
Come
pod.
on. I've been shooting some of your clips, bro. So what's that now?
You there.
But I had to say, okay, Rich is there. How do I get myself there? Which is competition.
Yeah.
It's healthy. It's in a healthy way. I make sure that, okay, if Rich is there, I need to get there. And how do I get there? I hang around with Rich. Rich shows spitting game, showing game, showing knowledge. Most people don't do it. You say Timber does it. I say you do it. That's why you hang around Timber the most, and I hang around with you. Spitting game, sharing knowledge.
Did you say he doesn't spit game?
He does. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
He says you spit game. I say
Richard spits game.
Yeah. So that's competition is good, bro.
take-
It will get you places you thought you wouldn't be. I believe in competition, and I think you believe in it more than I do.
I'm overly competitive to a point where I sometimes feel it's a kind of like toxic, right? Because like also like for me, it's not like in a negative way where I feel like someone must fall off so I get on top.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can do it. Like I mean, if I see it happening
Yeah,
with someone,
exactly.
it's extremely possible for me to do. Oh damn! It's just the weather just changed, guys. So
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
little bit of breeze. So like for me, it's like if there's something I want to achieve in life, I dare you to bring someone that's successful within that lane, so that I can have a look at them and actually like be able to get the inspiration that I need to get to that particular level. But you dare me to have like someone that I hate that is successful. That is worse.
That's worse.
That it's worse. Then if you and if you're my hater and I don't really like you that much and
And you're winning.
you're winning, oh my god, I have to win tomorrow.
Yeah. There's also that.
But it fuels you, bro.
There's also
I
that.
think
Yeah.
it fuels you to
Yeah.
a place where it's impossible to get without that kind of, you feel me? That
But-
kind of competition.
But sometimes, like if you're gonna compete with like someone you hate, or that you can get lost in the source, which
Yeah.
is something you just need to navigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you end up going into an industry which is not your industry. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
stick to your lane.
How do you
That's
deal
it.
with rejection? Because in competing, this is what like people don't realize. The people that try do the most get the most rejection, and so I always like find it funny when people say they look up to people, but they're not really like trying stuff, right? I'm like, then like you don't like everybody who's done anything just tries stuff. You get. So how do you deal with rejection?
Okay, so I don't know how in general I deal with rejection because I haven't given it much thought.
When a
Maybe-
girl rejects you.
Oh, then it's just let's
Move
move
on.
on to the next thing. It doesn't really like whoa. Yeah, it's not something that I feel like rejection only hurts when it's something you put your value to.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not something I put my value to. So I
Yeah.
can just easily move on to something. So I'm gonna give an example of something that happened within my creator space or my creator journey, which like I have dealt with in a particular way.
Yeah.
So I'm in the like creative space, like I'm meeting up with creators, I'm trying to network and everything like that. So then like I make friends with with the particular creator, and then like after a while, like I think our relationship goes a little bit sour, and I felt like in that particular space I dealt with like a bit of rejection.
Yeah.
So for me, I never address rejection, or like my attitude doesn't change when rejection happens. I just wait for the moment where
Yeah.
like I'm on top again.
Yeah.
So it just pushes me basically.
So I was actually telling my wife that. So I start this topic. I'm like, do you know why men are generally more successful than women? Then she's like, oh, okay. Amuse me, tell me, like humor me type vibe. So she thinks I'm gonna say something like completely crazy. I'm like, it's primarily because when you want to do something, you want to be successful at it, you have to like try a lot of like open a lot of doors, and a lot of doors won't open, which means you have to deal with rejection almost every day. But guys are trained to deal with rejections every day because guys have to go out and find a girlfriend, and you're gonna get rejected by a girl before you date. You find the girl, gonna get rejected before you meet your wife, etc., etc. That's the same rejection that you take into business, because every day in business you're asking someone for something that people don't realize. They think when you're successful, you don't have a boss. Everybody has a boss, bro. You ask, like at our stage, you ask for investment, you ask for fundraising. Guys say no, they want to give you their money. You ask guys to list their cars, they're like no. So I even got to a point I was like, yo, in a day I need at least 3 rejections for it to be a productive day, because you hardly get a first knock and the door opens, right? Now, when you look at women, especially like attractive women, you find a woman that's never dealt with rejection, bro.
Everything is a yes.
You get what I'm saying? And especially if like she's a beautiful, smart woman, just like went through school easy, guys liked her. She's never dealt with rejection. Now you ask that person to go ask for a job, or ask for funding, or ask for this, or ask for that. It's really like foreign, right? So that's like one of the nuances where I feel like if you're trying to do anything, it's best to train yourself in rejection very early. And it doesn't matter where the rejection comes from. So for me, when I used to do commercials, that's where I learned like rejection every day. When I did the McDonald's commercial, I think I'd like maybe been rejected for like maybe like 20 or something. And I thought that was a lot. Guys that were in the business were like, dog, that's nothing. We have like 70 something rejections, right? Then I'm like, shucks. I see a guy on TV with like 5 ads. Imagine how many rejections that guy has gotten. But when you see him on TV, you think that guy's coining every ad. Nah, bro, we see those guys in line every casting. Rejection. My older brother was like tendering at the time. And I was like, dog, we're doing the same thing. Like you submitting tenders with 1,000 people hoping to get one job. I'm in line with 1,000 people hoping to do this. But those things like train you, right? And a lot of people like avoid it. Avoid situations where you're going to get rejected. That's the worst thing you can do if you're trying to do anything in life. So yeah, that was like my segue into like just like the broad topic of like rejection and how it actually leads. It's the only way you actually get to achieve anything worthwhile. You have to be comfortable with it.
How do you deal with rejection? I feel like you take it bad.
I take it terrible.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
I take it terrible.
I'm gonna give you a scenario with I was with Zero one time, and we're in a like a space where we're shooting this podcast for other creators, and you've got these kind of like big creators like in the space, and I don't think they gave Zero the recognition that he thought he deserved.
Yeah.
Zero went on a monologue bro talking about the day Rich I'm making the day I get paper.
I remember that day, bro. I was about to say, like, the issue with me is that you can reject me, it's okay. But your worst thing that can happen to you is if I make it bigger than you. I'm going to remind you. I will remind you. And it's hard, I'll be like, yo, dog, you remember that day? I take it bad.
But the worst thing is that the guy doesn't even remember, bro.
I'm gonna remind you.
It's like the bully you had in grade 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Then you catch him on the street skinny as hell. Yeah. You know the beef I have with
broski.
This is one person I hate my whole life. I hate one person.
Yeah.
But bro, like to him it's a distant memory.
Yeah, you're just one off.
There's no need to make like a whole spectacle out of it.
But that means you're like me, because when you see him, you make a spectacle.
I don't make a spectacle.
Yeah, he makes a spectacle. That's push-ups and shit in front of him.
But he goes, I'm like, yo, what's wrong? He's like,
Okay, but that guy hurt me.
So you take it, bro. I think it depends what kind of rejection it is.
Yeah.
With that kind of situation, there's a rejection where you feel like you're the big dog in the room. If you give me that kind of rejection, the day I get it, right, you're gonna feel the smoke. But if it's a rejection of, okay, bro, like, you're just not fit for this part, I understand. But if it's because you're a big dog right now, currently.
Bro, just heal, bro.
Heal?
Yeah, the thing is, bro, there'll always be rooms that you're small in.
And I have no problem in.
So, yeah, like, niggas will always treat, like, that will never go away. Like, you think you made it, then you go to another room where you're nothing. Go to another room when you're nothing. There's I don't know if you've watched this movie. Wait, was it? Oh no, it's this Uber documentary. And the founder of Uber was at this conference and like they didn't recognize him. Then this guy told him, he's like, bro, who are you, dog? Do you see like Sergey Brin, the founder of Google? Do you see like the Apple guys? Who are you? It's like, dog, that guy's the founder of Uber, but you kind of get it, dog. You're like, yeah, like
there's always someone
like,
above,
dog, there's always a bigger dog. You get what I'm saying?
Dog.
So you have to like be very like comfortable with that, like how you navigate those spaces. You know, it's always a dance, bro.
I think I just have a problem with being low-broed.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
That's why I told you there's a guy that was your homie that tried to bully me and I said, no, I don't want to be low-broed. Like, let's be cordial. I'll respect you. It's cool, but don't little bro me.
Yeah.
That's where my issue comes in. You know what's crazy about this part, bro? We have so many conversations, but our questions are just flowing so much. And we're not even asking the questions that we're supposed to.
No, it's fine. We can dump that.
Take us to the questions, bro.
Okay, yeah, cool. I've got something that's interesting that Zero had disclosed on episode 1 of the
Okay.
podcast. So Zero had recently moved into his apartment. His girl's now coming over. She's cooking.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's gaining a little bit of healthy weight on him, right? So, like, for me, I disclose as well that, look, I'm at a stage where I feel like I want to get married.
Yeah.
I want to start a family, have a beautiful home, raise some kids. And you're already at that stage where you are married and
Yeah,
you have 2 kids, 2 beautiful kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met 2 of your children at Paddle as
You've
well.
met all of my children. You've met all of my yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, language is something else. Nothing can get misconstrued. So yeah, and I've also met your wife as well, wonderful person. So yeah, bro, like, do you feel when you look at me?
Yeah.
I want you to judge me. Like, this is when you look at me, would you say that you are seeing someone that's ready to get married? Because when I look at Zero, Zero's not ready to get married.
Whoa!
Then, and what would your advice? What would your advice
No,
be?
no, actually.
Why Zero is
No. What?
Bro, that's how I see it.
What's going on today?
Sorry, bro. That's how I see it.
Okay, Temba, give Rich the advice. I gotta hear this.
No, I want to hear why you are touched that he doesn't think you're ready.
No, it's just like, what do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean? Is it responsibilities, commitment issues?
Nah,
What is it?
It's an eye test.
It's I love it. I love it. I
Nah,
love
say
it.
less. Say less.
I love it.
Say less. Say less.
I'm sorry, bro.
That's not a problem. Say less.
I'm sorry.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, bro. You ready to get married?
No, I'm not. It's an eye test.
I test.
Yeah, Temba.
Nah, bro. I actually don't even believe there's like such a thing as ready to get married. Actually, let me not lie. So when I got married, I was sort of ready, but like ready with someone, right? So yeah, it's hard to speak on someone that's like ready alone. You know, like where someone is like, okay, I'm not dating someone where I know you're dating because you put out the poster in the first part, so we're aligned. But it's more like I don't really understand the concept of like getting individually ready for marriage. Can you imagine maybe it's just like, I don't like going out anymore. I don't like doing things alone. I wish I was doing it with someone else. But fundamentally, I see, I tell like my wife and I tell everyone, I was like, I'm like very selfish, bro. So even in getting married, I had to like marry someone who understands that I'm like very like selfish with my goals and with like being who I am, and we sort of like grown into understanding of that where it's not gonna be my identity is now marriage, or every weekend where are we gonna hang out with married couples, or what's like the married activity to do, you know? So that worked for me because I was dating someone who understood that, and we have like very like different complementary personalities where you know, like we complement each other and didn't really like change me in terms of still like ambitions. I'm like, dog, I'm like hungrier than ever now, right? Whereas a lot of people look at marriage as like a settled down phase. I'm hungrier than ever, like trying to like get shit done more than ever. So I also like look at people that aren't married that have those traits, and I spend a lot of time trying to like get some of those traits and like interacting with people that are like on that hustle. I have like younger friends, guys that are like very like internet entrepreneurs trying to learn how they do sales, like 24, 25, all the way to like 28, 30. And my wife understands that because I'm like, hey, they see something that's coming up that I can't see. So when you're to keep it more direct is I wouldn't give up like grinding to say I want to settle down. I don't think that's like a good way to look at it. So I wouldn't really know how to strive for marriage when it's not already there. I only know the perspective of, oh, this is who I am, this is the partner I have, this is how I'm growing, and okay, this partner I want to actually like lock in with them, right? It's a long way to answer it, especially when you get older. But I still believe in the traditional. You meet someone, you guys grow, and then you get to the point where you want to get married. But it gets complicated because with women, there's sort of like more of an age barrier, so to say, right? Hopefully nobody gets offended. But biologically, women, when they reach a certain age and they don't have kids, having a child starts becoming risky, right? So from that perspective, they more have like a reason to be like, okay, what are we doing? Are we settling down? What are our plans? Because I want to
Urgency.
do this at this age. I want to have a child at this age. I don't think that exists for men. So, and also it also more complicates it because of what you said earlier, where you want to be in a certain place before you get married and you make these commitments, and it takes time to be in a certain place. Whereas most of us wouldn't mind marrying a woman that's starting out, she's figuring herself out, and you're like, oh, I'll take the burden, I'll go provide. But it's kind of like harder when you are like starting out, she's starting out. So yeah, I have no advice.
I'm doomed. I'm doomed. What about you, Zil? What's your advice for me, for someone that's not ready to get married?
You're not ready, bro.
Oh,
Like, but let me explain, right? Like,
Zil,
but let
come
me
on,
explain. Like, I
come on.
think
My girl watches this podcast.
I love her for you. I always tell you, I love her for you. The chemistry is amazing. As Temba said, like sometimes marrying the right person is, are you guys both ready to get married? You understand? Like, I feel like you love, like, if you can do it like Temba, where you love achieving so much after getting married, I suggest you do it. But if you're gonna be like, okay, I'm settling down and like I just wanna focus on having a family, and then I don't think you should, because it's gonna like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Slow me down, deter me.
Deter you. Thank you. It's gonna deter you, and in the long run, you're gonna start living in regret on why I didn't do this and that, I sacrificed this and that. But if you're not gonna slow down, I think you should do it. Because I actually like great couple. And it's always you and not her, but great couple.
Yeah, so the reasons you want to get married is what? Like stability? Or what?
I just want to think about this.
Yeah, but like also while he's thinking, when you say stability, right?
Yeah.
Like elaborate the stability thing. Like,
Doesn't exist, brother.
It doesn't exist.
Nah, it doesn't exist. I was telling him, niggas say, like I'll get married, things get easier, and like, I don't know if like help, so to say. But now, dog, you have like more responsibility, a lot more responsibility. Like, for me, I have like 3 more people that like fundamentally like depend on you, right? Like, even if my wife makes money, it goes like beyond that, like her safety, her security. When she doesn't make money, I was telling him, he's like, when we once said a chat, it's like, oh, look, it's probably easier, like when you like have 2 incomes in a household, right? Yeah, it probably is easier, but now you actually run the risk of, if ever one of you doesn't have an income, you have to like solve for like more people. You get, and usually, if anything goes wrong, like your problems are like amplified like times 2, 3, or 4. So the stability is like, I can come home, if your wife cooks, you have a meal ready for you. in this day and age, I feel like that's a minor stability, because if that wasn't there, you just call Uber Eats, or someone will wash my clothes. You just like go to the laundromat, right? But the instability, you can't make it go away that easily. Like, if your wife's depressed, you are automatically depressed. If your child's sick, or if you, it's so much more of like what can go wrong that's amplified, and then like the stuff that people think is like solved is not actually that big of a deal, right? So like the stuff that you kind of lean on that make marriage really good is like the love, right? Like someone that genuinely cares about you. With kids, like you know that, like, dog, no matter how bad of a mood you're in, like just your kid like smiling or giving you a hug, it kind of like, shit, man, that business deal, yeah, sure. You get what I'm saying? Those things. So the trick is, you can fall into marriage, have all the responsibilities, little bit of like the upside, and then things can get so bad that all the good stuff disappears. Now what are you left with? Just the responsibility and the burden, and you get what I'm saying? That's why for me, I'm really like more of a fan of like falling into it. Where it's like, dude, like love each other so much. How are we not married? Like, how are we not doing this? How are we not having kids? Instead of like, hey, dude, we kind of love each other, right? So let's get married, have kids, and yeah. But I'm only speaking from like one-sided experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've given it a little bit of thought, right? I think for me, I love family, and I love the idea of family, and I always kind of want to always find family within friends. That's why I think I have so many friends, and I create so many communities around my friends. Like, if I have a group of friends, I get my friends together, we do something, I'll create certain things within friends. So the idea of marriage, or marriage for me, transcends past being with someone I love. I've realized also that I love parenting, and I think I'm an amazing parent and an amazing father to my daughter. And it hurts me a lot when I don't have my daughter in my space at all times when I want to, because I'm in a co-parenting situation.
Yeah.
So I would love that thing within my control to shape the direction of my children how I want it, because I want more children, and I want more children in my care at all times. Be a father 24/7 at all times, which is like something that I really, really crave within marriage. And sometimes, even though I didn't go to therapy, right? But I think like
You should.
I think this also comes from the fact that I've been in boarding school for so long. Like, even though like I have an amazing and loving family, we're very close as family.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up around
Yeah.
my family, and I wasn't around my family.
Yeah,
And
that's
sometimes
interesting.
I find myself trying to compensate for all of those times within my daughter. Hey, did I just release something? Yeah, but anyway, I think like I love the idea of family within marriage. So that's why I would love to get married.
Yeah, no, that's strong, man, and I can't fault that at all. At all.
Yeah, I
It
guess
is beautiful.
I'm not ready for marriage, actually. I just thought about it.
Because we just bored you to death.
It's not
This
even that.
podcast.
You guys had like solid like points on like why you wanted to get married and why he wants to get married.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes a lot of sense actually. But one day I'll be ready.
Yeah.
One day.
I think, sorry guys. So I think just to close it off, we're almost at the end. I'm gonna finish off with one last question, right?
Are we at the end? We didn't touch on nothing.
What?
joking.
You still have so much to say.
joking.
Like I said, we'd be happy to have you as a recurring guest.
One day.
Yeah.
The guys
So-
will vote if they want to see me.
Yeah, guys, let us know what you would like to see. I think there's a couple of recent stuff that I would have loved to touch on, like G20, Ket Matlala, and everything. But
The cat.
like, I think maybe we'll just leave it as a topic for another day. But just to close it off, maybe for like some of the young people that are watching us, or even like people our age, because I think money is like such a big thing that we don't really know how to manage. Like I read a lot of books about like how to deal with money, how
Yeah.
to make money, blah blah. All my, you can see, like, if you go downstairs, all the books you see, they like are books about like how to try like make something of yourself financially wise. So what do you think is a money mistake that everyone should make at least once in their lifetime?
Popping champagne. Yeah, just kidding. But I think it is a good money mistake. But yeah, I have very little discipline, bro. It spreads into financial as well. So
Before
maybe
you go
I think
further,
let's-
right? I like, the one thing I like, right, is that you know how to identify your weaknesses.
yeah.
Like, and it's so simple for you, and I think it will take you like a long way because you know what the issue is and you know how to resolve it.
I think also try personalize it as well
Yeah.
in the mistake that you made or you think you've made with money.
Yeah, definitely like probably like not saving, but like I said, for me, with money, I just try to make more money. I spend like time awake trying to open up more avenues for money, but not even like doing more things. Sometimes it's just like making the avenue you have bigger. So, okay, my primary focus is making more money because my needs for money are rising so fast. So even
That's
when I
like
think about like saving,
My little brother's like that. Yeah?
yeah, bro. When I started working, I think my first job was in like 30K. Even if I had saved 10K every month for the first year, how much would that be? Like 120? Yeah, like 3 years later, I would have blown that in a week because like my needs had just grown so fast.
Yeah.
So saving is not the solution for me. Multiplying, investing in myself, investing in opportunities, that's the solution for me because my income has to grow faster than my needs and my expenses, especially like in this day and age, bro. Like inflation is like crazy. So there's like regular inflation where it's just like things are costing more, but also just environmental inflation where, I think I gave you an example. When I bought my GTI, I was like pretty like hot, right? It was like a good car, but like 5-10 years before that, when someone drove a GTI, they were like the guy, right? If someone drives a GTI now, you guys don't even look at it. You don't even look, like it's like nobody cares what car that was, right? I got more attention when I drove a GTI probably as much as when I drive a Porsche. Okay, slightly more, but it's not like Porsche GTI. You see, like environmental inflation. People are making more money. Everything is getting bigger, better. People
See
are going to
how-
Dubai 3
see
times
how
a
Slid
month.
it
just
in
said,
there.
I have a Porsche.
I drive a
No,
Porsche.
guys,
Yo,
I rent out luxury cars for a living.
I drive a Porsche.
I rent out luxury cars for a living, so it's not. Yeah.
It's on brand.
So anybody can drive a Porsche. Crashonova.com. But yeah, but the point I'm making is that my money thoughts is how to make more, especially like in South Africa, especially in Africa. Like Africa, that's where the opportunities are. That's where you can go to Dubai, see a business idea, come here, try implement it.
Yeah.
You go to Europe, you see what's working, what's not, come here, try implement it. So yeah, so I believe living below your means. I also don't. I only half believe in that,
Really?
bro. It's like so crazy, right? Like there's times where I've spent money on stuff that was dumb, but it was like shit. Like I've had, like you go on a trip, you overspend, but like those memories are like really like you. I actually regret. There's a time when I was in Angola. I was supposed to go out to a club, and went and left early because I want to like waste money. I regretted not spending the money and just having a better memory of Angola, right? So it's like that, like what's like the opportunity cost and the financial cost. But I don't encourage being reckless, but don't let not having the money always stop you.
He's lying. He's lying. He drives a Porsche. Listen to me. Live below your means. Live below
So
your
that
means.
Porsche, right, also. So when I bought my Porsche, it's when I was starting the business. So I'd hosted on Airbnb, and realized that my apartment was paying for itself.
Yeah, bro. Please, we still need to talk about the Airbnb thing.
Yeah.
I think you need to teach me like a little
Yeah,
bit
now
about
school
it.
you on
Yeah.
the game. But let me walk him through. So I hosted on Airbnb. My apartment was paying for itself. I think the rent was like 9.5, and the Airbnb was generating like 23 a month. Sometimes I'd stay there, so maybe like generate like 18 or something. But now someone was paying for this asset that I was staying at, right? Then I was like, damn, if that happens with property, how do I make this happen for cars? Then I was like, are there platforms that do it? They weren't that did the cars that I wanted to drive. I had the GT at the same time, at that time. So I was like, nah, I actually want a platform that can pay for a car that I really want. So that's why I bought my Porsche, to start the business and check if like you can actually get people to pay for your car. I haven't paid my own car installment this entire year. I rent out my cars for like 5, 6, 7 days a month, and then I drive them the rest of the time. Like, people pay for my cars, and yeah. So if I was living below my means, I'd be like, nah, let me just go buy a decent car. But when you decide where you want to live, you have to make the money to get there, right? But if you're like, okay, I'm gonna live here and be comfortable with my job, cool. Like, you're gonna work that job till you're 60. So yeah, again, don't be reckless, but set your non-negotiable goals. Like, for me, dog, I'm gonna drive a sports car, a supercar until, because just like, besides just the doors it opens, dog, just confidence. I just deserve it, right? So I'm gonna work for it.
I hear it, but listen, my point
Although-
of
I think without the rebuttal, let's jump onto your money mistake
yeah.
or your biggest money. What's the biggest money, or what do you think? Either what you think the money mistake should be for someone that should make once, or also related to your money mistake as well.
Like, I'm like this year, like the past year or two, I don't have any money mistakes, bro. Everything I've bought is either an investment or like something I needed.
Nice.
Everything. If you look around me, it's something I need or it's and like I grow from it or I gain from it.
Yeah.
Same way he bought a Porsche to gain from it, I bought this to do that, to do that, to do that. So the past 2 years I have no issues, and I think it's because I live below my means. I snuck that in there. I live below my means. So I have, in the past 2 years I don't. But there's a time I once went to the club. I didn't feel good for like 2 months, Rich.
Hey,
Like, I always thought, like, I could have bought like some Air Forces.
yeah.
Like, I could have bought like this or that. That's what I hate about like blowing a lot of money in the club, bro. That's the only regret I have. Your side?
For me, I think the biggest money mistake I made was when I bought my first property.
Yeah.
When I bought my house, I think I kind of maxed out what I could afford. Like, I went to the bank and they told me I could afford this,
Yeah.
and that's what I got. And I don't think that should have been the best move. I should have gotten something slightly less, more expensive, so I can pay it off much quicker. Because immediately after I bought my house or got my house on a bond, the repo rate started doing
Yeah, do
this.
this thing.
Like, yeah. So like I got to a point where like I was overstretched financially when I was in that house, and I think for me that was the biggest money mistake.
Yeah.
It did put me under a little bit of pressure where I decided I'm going to jump in full force into this production space and make. At the time when I started, I was happy to make 1,500 rand a month off of shooting. So I set a goal for myself.
1,500.
1,500.
Okay.
I said, if I've got this camera, if I can get one photo shoot or two photo shoots, because I was charging really, really low at the time.
Yeah.
If I could get 2 photo shoots or something like 750 each, I could make my target for what I want to achieve, just to cover some of the things that I'd like to cover, like at the point in time in my life. So then I got into the business of shooting and stuff, and I made a killing.
Yeah.
I started making so much money. That's when I told you I took some of the gents to Dubai. Like, I think I flew.
That's cool.
So yeah, So I made quite a bit of money, and then from then on, I think like I've never believed in saving as well. Like
I don't
I
hate
can't-
saving. I believe in
Hold
saving. I
on.
just, yeah.
yeah, like I didn't really save much. Like after that, all the time when I would make money off of my business, I bought tech every single time.
Mm.
I get money, I buy a new camera. I get money, I buy a new mic, buy a new desk. I'm not a club
Yeah,
person
yeah.
like that. So I was buying new gear all the time. That's why like now, like my house is full of
gear,
is full
yeah.
of gear of all the investments I've made. I wonder if I should have put it into Bitcoin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It benefited you.
Yeah, but the biggest mistake is the house. Yeah.
Yeah, and people won't understand, but that can be a mistake. So people think, it's a bit of a promo, but people think, I'll show you an example. So even when I had my Airbnb, I didn't buy the house. I was renting the house and I put it on Airbnb, like Airbnb arbitrage, right? So
What's that? What's arbitrage?
So arbitrage is like when you use someone's asset to make money. Like I rent and I rent out. So yeah, so basically I rent someone's car. I don't do that with cars, but yeah, Koshinova is basically probably like, I guess, an arbitrage business, which means we rent out other people's stuff. But specifically there, I'd rented the apartment. I was paying 9.5 and I was putting it on Airbnb. I was making like top line 23,000, probably like 7,000 profit in a bad month, right? And I had friends that had bought apartments of that price that were putting in their own money to cover the levies and the rent and that and that. And I was like, guys, okay, put it on Airbnb. They thought, it's too risky. What if I don't get tenants? And I was like, okay, cool. But here's the math, right? When you buy an apartment and then you rent it out, even in a good case, you're making like 2,000, 3,000. But most of the time, people are breaking even, waiting for 25 years down the line when they finish paying it.
I make like 1,500 profit of my house now.
You see, like 1,500 profit with your lifestyle, that's like,
Whoa.
yeah. Well, let's be honest, dog. You spend 1,500 on an Uber. Like,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
really like, I can't work a whole month for 1,500. So for me, it even got to a point where Airbnb was like not worth my time, because my apartment at the time was renting out for like 1,000 a day. So I was like, okay, cool. Spending all this time to get 1,000 a day, and the profit there is probably like 200, 300. And I'm spending all this time, sometimes answering messages. When I started Koshinova, with my cars, I was making like 4,000 a day. So I was like, okay, cool. If I'm gonna spend my time, there's no point spending here when I'm making 200 rand a day profit. Now spending it here where you're making like 4,000 rand, and you're making a high profit. But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to decide where you're gonna play in life. What people don't see is that sometimes the effort is the same. Things are hard. Life is hard, bro. Like being a bank teller is hard. Being like working at ShopRite is hard. Like so many jobs are hard. Like hard is not the differentiator. It's like the level of hard that you're taking on. And sometimes it's also linked to the amount of responsibility and stress, right? So you can work all you want to make 1,500 rand, right? Or you can look for opportunities for your work to make you more money, especially if you have like skills like either you're talented or like you have the intelligence or the degree or this and that. But people underuse their skills. I tell my wife all the time, like, you're a doctor. For you to be a doctor until you retire is a waste of skills because you already have that degree, and the minimum you can do is like wake up, go to the hospital. How do you max out that degree, like, you know, and like make a fortune? So if you have like any skill or any qualification, you have to figure out how you max it out. Because especially the problem with people that study and have degrees, people will praise you for doing nothing. Oh, you're an accountant. Oh, you're so great, but you've been an accountant for like 30 years, like just basic promotions. For me, that's not achieving. You achieved something when you were 21, when you graduated. Since then, you just like went through like the steps, right? So that's like, there is like living below your means financially, but there's people also live below their means like talent-wise, gifts-wise, and just settle for the bare minimum. Then they shape their lifestyle to suit that bare minimum, and you end up like sharp. I'm in a apartment, I live here, it's fine. It's not fine, dog. Your potential was way more than that. So we have to hold people accountable to their potential, not to like the environmental standards. Like
Damn.
for someone who's really gifted to live, like to have like a basic salary is as much as a flop as someone who like lives on the street because they didn't like have a family. Both those people just took what they were like born with and did like the bare minimum, right? So it's like, yeah, how do you achieve beyond your potential? You have to be ambitious for that, bro. You have to aim for shit beyond your means and say that's what, not live beyond your means, but aim beyond like what's normal.
I'm finally like,
Hold on.
when I say below your means, right? If you want to spend 1 million, right, a month, I think you need to make 10 million a month.
Yeah.
You have to decide how much you want to spend, then decide how much you have to make. That's living below your means. You can't say I want to spend 1 million and make 1.5 and start spending 1 million.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Because I agree with the concept, I don't want people to misunderstand. If I'm making 10 million a month, I'm spending 9 million taking risks to make it 100 million. I'm not putting 8 million in the bank so that when I retire, I've got 80 million. You get what I'm saying?
But do you hear
So I agree.
Yes.
I just more get frustrated at the lack of risk taking that exists like in society, right?
So
When I worked for the government, dog, that was like, that's maybe my regret. But I don't regret it because it taught me. But that's like the most stagnant I'd been ever in my life, right? Because it's just like waking up, no challenge. Yes, you can pay rent, you can pay this, you can save a bit of money, but there's really like no challenge, right? And the challenges of life is like sometimes the stuff you create. Doesn't have to be quitting your job, but it's like maybe take those savings and put them in Bitcoin, take a risk, or invest in like starting a shop or something, you know what I'm saying?
there's this quote, Timber. It says, "There's no need to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need." What do you think about that?
It's BS. It's BS.
Also, Timber, like when you say you're gonna risk 9 million, right? When you're risking 9 million to start something, I understand. I don't count that as like living below your means. That's not a lifestyle thing. That's you starting a business, trying to grow your income.
Yeah.
That's a different conversation. You can risk the 9 million. That's not your lifestyle. It's not living below your means. Living below your means is you earn 30K and you want to drive an 18,000 rand car and you're not even caution over. You just want to drive it.
Bruh,
You just want to drive it.
The first problem there is not being on caution over. Now I get you. It seems simple when you make examples that are like that far-fetched. Not far-fetched, but they are like realistic in our environment. But there's also a guy who earns like 30,000 and like puts 20K in Bitcoin. That's also not living within your means. There's a guy, I'm that guy, takes his entire pension, puts it in a business. That's not living within your means. That's what he means. Like, you have a family. Why would you like take that and risk it, right? But the point is, the goal, dog, is not to be like 80 and be like, yeah, hey, we didn't shake the boat. Yeah, we got here, right? The goal is to be like 80 and be like, shit. Yeah, like, I don't even know what I'd do because I've tried like everything. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, there is like those safety elements you have to put in place. Like, the only reason I'd ever buy a house, because I don't own a house, like I rent. But like the only reason I'd ever like buy a house is cool. If we have like a really bad spell, like maybe I don't want anyone asking me for rent. You get what I'm saying? But even if I bought the house, I'd probably like refinance it to take a business risk. So it would all be the same. But yeah.
All right,
But
guys.
yeah, great, guys. It's out of time.
Yeah, I think we have been. This has been such a wonderful conversation for me. I think I really enjoyed our back and forth, our engagements. I think like for me, like for episode 3, like and us being quite new to the podcasting space, not new in the sense like we've been doing it, but like new to this particular podcast. I think we've got an amazing thing going on, and I'd love to see it grow more. We're shooting very consistently. We're very committed to the podcast, and I really love your support. Like, keep dropping the comments in the comment section. We saw really wonderful, amazing reviews for episode 1. We haven't uploaded episode 2 yet, but that's because we're shooting so frequently, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we love your comments. Love seeing your comments in the comment section. Share it with your friends and your family. You know the vibes. Anything you want to close off with?
Oh yeah. We love the comments as well. Please check out Timber's platform. It's not a website. Platform,
My
carsyover.com.
God.
If you like renting out cars, very nice place. Vacation makes sense. You just want to go out. Please do. Nice cars. I saw an M4 there. I'm thinking about it. Bad decision, but I'm thinking about it. So yeah, please check it out as well. And
It's
comment
below your
section.
means.
We love you guys.
It's below your means, that.
Huh?
It's below your means, that.
I didn't say he snuck that in there. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
You want to say anything?
I just
brother?
want to say I appreciate you guys for having me on. Really great thing you guys are onto. I watched the first episode. I really loved it. And yeah, honored to be here. Onwards, keep strong, keep going. Episode 3000, we'll see. We'll be in Dubai shooting at Richard's home.
Hopefully.
Yeah, onwards, upwards and onwards, guys.
Yeah,
No, thank you for coming, bro.
Shout out everyone. Just like to say, like I've been on a journey. I'm running a half marathon this Saturday. I'm really, really proud of that. That has been a goal of me from the beginning of the year. So I'm finally doing it. And right now I'm actually on. It's 4:30. I'm actually late. By the way, I'm sponsored by Under Armour. So by 5 now, they're just getting me ready. They need to meet me. I'm going to meet them now. We're just getting ready for the run on Saturday. So guys, wish me luck. For those of you guys, the real ones that have been watching the vlogs as well, I've been training for this half marathon since the beginning of the year. Much love and light. You know the vibes. And the vibes are immaculate, baby. Shout out.
Okay. I will.